Hello everyone. Welcome to Paramasa 5 Minutes Masterclass. So today topic is again is to break a myth in people's mind that we need equity to create the portfolio. Equity is not a mandatory requirement to create a portfolio if we follow a certain way of preparing a portfolio and conducting our lifestyle. So today we'll be talking about how to create an equity free portfolio. Okay. So basically, what we are trying to tell you here is that what are the ways, what are the tools, what are the strategy we require to create a equity-free net worth. Okay. The very important concept in this is capital. So yeah, so you will say that yes, capital is required. We all need capital, but please understand, I'm not talking about the capital here. I'm talking about the human capital. Human capital is very important concept in financial planning, which a lot of people are not aware of. They only concentrate on the derivative of human capital, which is your savings are nothing but the derivative of your human capital. The actual income which you get from your efforts, from your human capital, is your real wealth. So what exactly is a human capital? It is an income from your job. It is an income from your business, income from your talent, basically using your skills to get that income. And when we utilize that income into investments, that is a derivative of that. So if you want to create an equity free net worth, equity free portfolio, human capital is a very important part of creating that. So based on my experience, based on my interaction with the client, we have tried to create this portfolio for certain clients. So, for example, 15 to 20% of my client base, they don't even invest in equity because they have their goals, their net worth, their financial what you call the circumstances allow them to do that. So basically, based on the experience, based on certain elements, I tried to create a strategy. Then what are the strategy or the steps which you can follow to create an equity free network? I'm sure there may be a lot of exceptions are there, but this is a general rule book or which which we can understand. Based on that, we can create an equity free network. So I have divided into three parts: active and passive income generation, insurance and house, child and estate planning. Okay, these are the building blocks of a financial planning. So based on that, I try to create a strategy in which you can go and create an equity free network. What are the things you need to take care of? The number one thing, the which is a very important concept, human capital, which I told you, but need to have a two source of income. For example, house, husband and wife working, or a rental income, or a good inheritance. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is that human capital is very important. But if if it's a double income household or you have a rental income, that really helps when you're creating an equity free net worth. So basically, to conclude this point, we need to have a two source of income. We cannot have a key man risk of one income or something like that. The second thing we need to take care of is that when we are in the wealth accumulation stage of our life, when we are earning, we need to first make sure that the jobs in which we are working in have to have that stability. Okay, because again, as I'm telling you that since we don't have equity, which is a growth asset, the growth need to comes from your source of your human capital. So that is a growth asset for me, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here is that since we are not investing in equity, which supplements the growth element of my stable income, so we need to create our human capital, which is my main income, into a growth oriented income. So basically, we're looking where we, for example, it's a security of income like a government job or a stable business the family business. So basically, either you need to have a good high income or stable income, or if you say that no, I cannot have a high growth income, then the stable income will also suffice the requirement, because when you have a stable income, stability of the income, then your assets can supplement that. which is the FDs, real estate, and all that, because these are long-term commitments. A real estate EMI is a long-term commitment. So if you have a stability of an income, then real estate will help a lot. Then retirement, which is also called the passive. Right now, we are talking about the active income generation part. Now we'll talk about the passive income generation. So passive income, the assets which we normally recommend to our clients, either a rental income, okay, high yield FDs, dividend REITs is a real estate investment trust. It's a very popular concept in the Western market, and it's a very good retirement product for retirees. So basically, this invest in real estate like apartment buildings, commercial buildings, and all that. So you get a good dividend yield of around 6 to 7%. So for example, in US, if the inflation is 2%, and if you're getting a dividend yield of 6 to 7%, you're sorted. You don't need any more thing, right? And the second is a reverse mortgage. So as I told you, that real estate is a very important concept, as I mentioned here. Okay, so if you have the real estate, that real estate will earn you when you're in your sunset year, which is called reverse mortgage, in which the bank will pay the money to you to stay. I mean, basically, you sell that home to a bank. Okay, instead of you paying an EMI when you bought that home on loan, the bank will pay you. When bank will pay you the money because you have sold that home to the bank. It's a very different concept. Maybe in my next videos I'll cover that what is reverse mortgage. So that's the reason it's called reverse mortgage, reversing of mortgage. So through reverse mortgage, through dividend yields from REITs, high yield FDs, a combination of all these can sustain your lifestyle. Okay, so this is an active and passive income generation. Second is insurance and house. Life and health insurance is a very important concept in the equity free net worth. So make sure you cover your wealth accumulation stage of your life. By buying a life insurance as soon as possible. Since our income is stable, and since we are only investing in stable investing products, any disruption can really impact your net worth. So by disruption here, it means any issues regarding your health or something. Because again, I'm repeating this, the whole strategy works on the human capital, yourself. So that's the reason the health insurance and life insurance are very important. That's the reason insurance is also called asset protection products. Insurance are basically what is insurance? Insurance is your asset protection products. So it's just protecting your assets and it's protecting your human capital. Yes, this is also very important that you need to buy a house to live in, because if you buy a house to live in, this will really matches the strategy here, which is reverse mortgage. So buying a house is a very important concept in the equity free network, because again, I'm telling you, we have 2 or 3 kind of growth assets. One is your human capital, second is real estate, third is equity. These are considered as a growth assets. So since we are not investing in equity, so we need to focus on real estate and the human capital. Third, as I told you, life insurance should be taken to protect your earning or a wealth accumulation years only. Okay, you don't need to buy a whole life insurance for 100 years or something like that. The accumulation stage of your life will suffice the requirement. Last is a child and estate planning. We need to make sure that we only take care, since it's our portfolios doesn't have any growth asset except real estate. So we need to be sure that as a couple, as an individual, your primary needs of your children till 18 is your main responsibility. After that, a child has to fund for themselves, because again, I'm repeating this, you don't have any growth assets in your portfolio. Okay, your assets will be matching the inflation rate. That's it. So you cannot afford to risk that, right? But again, as I told you, exceptions are there. Maybe you started a company, maybe you have a lot of shares from your company that you cannot say no to. So you have maybe a good bonuses from your company, or you have got some stock options which you cannot avoid, because in a lot of high net worth individuals, a stock option is a mandatory requirement. So you cannot say that you don't want that. So again, that validates my point. If you're getting stock options from your company, then already you have a equity component of your portfolio, which again validates my point that why equity free portfolio makes sense because you already have taken a lot of risk working in that company. Human capital is better on a company. So exceptions are there. One reason can be that. Second is that since if a company is not giving you any option and all, so since with your retirement income, you need to have that stability. So this is my preference that you should not be taking care of a child beyond 18 years of age. They should fend for themselves. Again, children higher education marigold should not be part of your main goals. Okay, because your income, the withdrawal of your portfolio will only sustain your lifestyle as per the inflation. Any deduction, any depletion in the principal will impact it. Okay, and this is a very important thing. The financial product, as I told you, doesn't have any real rate, so it will be matching that only. So that's a reason. I mean, child and estate planning is a very important concept. You need to take tough decisions, but again, if the exceptions are there, if your human capital is very high, if your income is very high, or something like that, maybe you can afford to pay for your child higher education, something like that. But again, and is there always. Right? So thank you for your time. Take care.